Okay, we're gonna start on our backs. Bring this ball with you. So if you've got a squishy ball, even if it's smaller, it's fine. And just roll all the way onto the back. Take the ball in between the knees, arms down by your side, and we're just gonna start with little pelvic tilts. So you've got your legs about hip distance apart or a little narrower just to get the ball to have a little squeeze on it. And then you're gonna start by just tilting the two front hip bones in and just seeing if you can peel up to just the bottom ribs and try to hover the glutes and the hips. And then put it back down and maybe even arch a little bit into the low back. Nothing huge, just getting a little movement in the lumbar spine here. So seeing if you can kind of disconnect the upper part of the body, keeping that kind of heavy on the floor as you just tilt and tuck the pelvis here, kind of rocking back and forth. Start to put a little squeeze on the ball if you've got one in between the thighs. You can also use a block if you have like a softer block. It's just gonna be 5 more. Try to bring the exhale into it when you tuck. Inhale back down. Exhale, tuck. Inhale down. Start to feel the belly right below the belly button, right in front of the hip bones, kind of turning on as it draws the hip bones together. All right, we're gonna start to roll all the way up this time. So you're gonna start with that little tilt, let the ribs be the last things to come up. Come all the way to shoulder tips. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Exhale, see if you can lay the spine down, one vertebrae at a time, from the top all the way back down to the bottom. Good, let the arms come all the way down by your side. Once the hips are down, exhale, peel it up. So what I'm really looking for here is some control through the spine. And can you kind of segment it so that it feels like each section kind of gets its own time on the floor before the next one goes down, especially when it comes to the low back. Okay, arms come down once the hips are down. Exhale, peel yourself up. Just starting to notice, if everything comes down at once, then maybe the mobility we've got in the low back needs to be worked on a little bit. So we're just gonna keep tucking that tail between the legs, trying to get the mid back down, the low back down, then the hips down. One more. Exhale, roll it up. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, arms down. Arms stay down by your side. Exhale, peel yourself up into the bridge. We're just gonna dip the hips down towards the floor, pick them up. Dip them down and up. So I want you to really think about the front ribs coming in. So you're kind of bringing those ribs towards each other. And as you lift your hips, not only are you squeezing the butt, but you're also slightly tilting the tail towards your knees and the pubic bone towards your belly button. So we're trying to stay long through the low back. All right, next one, we're gonna lift the hips, squeeze the ball, lower the hips. Lift the hips, squeeze the ball, lower the hips. So just adding in a little squeeze at the top there. I want you to start to really connect to the space beneath the glute, right? So right where the glute and the hamstring meets, there's that gluteal fold. I want you to try to feel some of this work happening right there, as well as the inner thighs. Let's just go for 4, 3. Try to keep your feet on the floor. Hold at the top, just the squeeze. Squeeze in, squeeze in. So I want to try to be as straight of a line as I can be from my knees to my ribs. So the more you can get your hips up without arching your back, right? I want to still keep this kind of hip to rib connection. So it feels like my ribs are kind of sliding down into my front pockets. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little half pulses, just tucking that tail. So it's real small. It feels more like a tilt than a lift and lower, right? Tilting pubic bone in, little less squeezes at that glute. I want that lower glute firing up. Squeeze the ball. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow roll all the way down. Good. Now come onto the tippy toes. So you can walk your feet in a little bit if you need to. Squeeze the ball. And we're going to lift all the way up. and down. Up and down. Try to stay high on the balls of the feet. That same idea, trying to lift from that glute hamstring connection and keep a little tension on the ball. Now get your big toe heavy. Watch that you're not sickling your ankles out to the sides. We're gonna add that squeeze at the top. Lower, lift, squeeze. Lower, lift, squeeze. You should be feeling that now, if you haven't already. All right, just hold at the top for the squeeze of the legs. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last little bit, little tuck and squeeze. So that little tuck, little squeeze of the glutes, just tilting that pubic bone in towards your belly button. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slower, lower, all the way down. Heels can come down. And the knees in. Give those knees a hug. Go ahead and take the ball out. Just let the knees kind of drop wide towards the sides of your ribs. Maybe rock back and forth. All right, we're almost done with bridging. Left foot's gonna come down to the floor. Right leg's gonna get the ball. So squeeze it behind your hamstring and your calf muscle. Okay, we're gonna just slowly try to pick yourself up to the height that you can maintain with that left hip. And then we're gonna tap the floor with the right foot, bring it back up. Tap it, bring it up. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here, just the squeeze of the heel, little squeeze of the ball, squeeze of the ball. Here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow lower down. Good job. Switch it. Right foot on the floor, left hamstring gets the ball. Go ahead and squeeze the hips up. And here we go for just tapping that heel, picking it up. So what I want to really see here is some stability from side to side. Your hips should be staying pretty steady as you tap that foot. Try not to let your left hip drop towards the floor. Let's go 6, 5, 4, 3, press into the arms, 2, hold it up. Here's the squeeze of the heel. Squeeze it in, squeeze it in. There's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Good job. Take that ball out. Just set it somewhere close by. We're going to take that left, actually go ahead and take both legs out straight. Just give yourself a nice big stretch. Point the toes, reach the arms overhead, then maybe flex the feet. Okay, so you're going to keep your left heel on the floor. Take your right leg up to the ceiling, and this right arm can stay on the ground. So left arm, right leg are going to reach up to the ceiling. And then slowly, we're just going to let them both go opposite directions of each other as they fall out to the side. And then you're going to bring it right back up. So I want you to try to really anchor down through your spine and see if you can keep yourself centered as you let the arm and leg reach to the sides of the room and back up. Just really starting to turn on all these stabilizing muscles in the core. Inhale, they go out. Exhale, draw it in. See if on that inhale, you can press the abdominals even flatter towards the spine. So really trying to cinch them in. Let's go for 5. You can always bend this right knee a little bit if the hamstring is inhibiting. 4, 3, 2, last one. 1, good. Now we're going to just take them out at a diagonal from each other. So you can point your toe if you want, but I want you to get that right foot going to the right corner of your mat, left arm going back to the left corner, and then they're going to come up to meet in the middle. Good. They're going to reach away towards the floor to tap. Now, if going all the way to the floor means that your back arches away from the ground, then don't go quite so low. There's 8, 7, keep bringing those ribs in. 6, try to relax your jaw. 5, 4, you can always bend your left knee too if you need to. 3, 2, one more. 1, good job. Go ahead and straighten that right leg out. Heel comes onto the floor. Left arm is going to be down by your side. And now we're going to take left leg up, right arm up. Okay, so again, this left knee can be slightly bent if you need. But we're going to take right arm out, left leg out wide, and back in. So for me, it kind of wants to pull me to the left when my leg goes out. My leg's a little heavier than my arm. So I'm going to try to really anchor down through my right side, which just means there's this like juggling action through the core, right? Of having to distribute weight and the challenge. Try to relax in the face and jaw, or anywhere that you don't need the support. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the arm up. So now arm and leg are going to go away on the diagonal and then come up. I'm going to slightly externally rotate that left leg so the toes are slightly turned out. So I'm lifting and lowering from the inner thigh. So 8, 7, 6. Again, trying to minimize the shifting back and forth on the hips. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good job. Go ahead and bend both knees. Hands are going to come behind the head. On your exhale, go ahead and peel yourself up. And then from here, we're just doing our little lifts of the shoulders. Just trying to get this little crunch in. I want you to feel these top abdominals really fire up as the ribs drop down. See if you can almost anchor down in your tailbone a little bit. Little 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Little side to side bends, okay? So taking right elbow over to the right, left elbow to the left. Kind of swiveling from side to side. Not rotating, but just lateral bending. Keep those shoulder blades up. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Back to center. Inhale, extend your arms and legs long. Exhale, we're going to roll all the way up. Just 5 like that. Taking your time, scooping the tail underneath you, rolling back. Inhale. Exhale. All the way up. There's 4. 3, 2, last one. Good job. Go ahead and grab your ball, and it's going to go behind your low back. So see if you can really scoop that tail under you and kind of flatten that ball out with your waistband. Grab for your hand weights. Hand weights are going to reach out in front. Okay, I'm going to scoop. Now you don't need the ball. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. You can still do this. But I want to try to have this resistance of the ball that I'm scooping my tail underneath me and pressing my waistband to flatten out that ball. Arms are just going to be facing palms up and reaching forward. So first, I'm just doing this little pulse and tuck. Press and flatten the ball. Just hold those arms. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold yourself back. Deepen that tuck. Pubic bone in towards your belly button. Just take those arms as wide as you can and forward. So we're trying to really maintain those ribs staying down in your pockets. Don't let them pop up as those arms go wide. I'm gonna stay rounded in my low back. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, palms are gonna face each other. This left leg is gonna hover. You're gonna lower down as you extend that left leg out. And then as we come in, you're gonna reach for the foot and open that left arm to the side. Go back in the center, extend the leg out, flatten the ball, lift up, reach for the foot, open the left leg out. Or I'm sorry, left arm out. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, good. You can pick up the pace a little if you have the control. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, last round. Good job. Take a little breather. Shake it out, come on up, and go to the other side. All right, roll it back. Right leg's gonna come up. Arms are gonna reach forward, thumbs point to the ceiling. Lean back, tuck the tail, extend the right leg. Come up and open to the right. So I'm really trying to walk my chest up the thigh, lifting the sternum. Here's 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, really reach that arm back, we're almost there. 3, 2, last one. Good job. Roll yourself up, shake it out. All right, keep both feet on the floor. Last round, tucking yourself back. Palms are gonna face the floor this time. We're gonna punch forward as you lean back. Pull the elbows in as you come up. Punch and press back. Pull in as you come up. Good. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it back. Here's just your little up, down. 10, 9, just the arms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Roll it up. Just place those weights at the front. Set your ball off to the side. And we'll come on all fours. Get a couple of cat and cow stretches here. Press into the first finger and thumb. Round your back. Inhale, lift the sit bones, lift the chest, stretch the belly. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Really try to move your shoulder blades apart and see if you get your spine to rise up between the shoulder blades. And then draw the shoulders down the back as you extend the chest and the sit bones up and back. Good, 2 more. Keep that left hand right where it is, or maybe even just slide it a little bit forward. Right arm inhales and sweeps up. And then exhale, reach it under that left arm. Inhale, open up. Exhale, rotate and reach. 3 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. Last 2. 1 more. This time we're gonna come all the way through. Rest that right arm and that right shoulder on the floor. You can use this left hand like a little bit of a kickstand. And I want you to almost lean back a little bit so you can get some traction on that right shoulder. So it feels like your arm's pressing down, you're slightly leaning back. You should feel a little tug to the back side of the right shoulder blade, maybe creating a little space there. No pressure in the neck. 1 more breath. Good, press up. And we'll do the other side. Inhale, open that left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, reach it through and rotate. Inhale up. Exhale, reach through. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach it all the way through and come onto that left ear, left shoulder. I'm going to use my right hand as a kickstand as I start to rotate a little deeper, maybe even lean back towards the left side. Letting that left shoulder get a little traction this time. Take one more big breath in. And good. Press back up. All right, we're going to come onto the forearms here. So find yourself a forearm plank. Arms are parallel, palms are flat on the floor, and then slowly from here we're going to step back into plank. Now if you need to come onto the knees, you can always come onto your knees. Get your tailbone nice and long towards your heels. Chest is forward. We're just doing a little rock forward, rock back. Rock forward and back. On those toes. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay on that left arm. Just turn the left hand a little bit more inward and rotate onto that left side so that you're facing the right. Now you can use your right hand on the floor, or it can be on your hip, or it can be up to the ceiling, but we're in little lifts. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow back through center. Pause here. Just bending the knees, straightening the legs. Bending the knees, straightening the legs. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't let your back arch. 3, 2, 1. Pivot that right hand in a little more towards center. Come onto the right side, facing the left. Arm can be up on your hip, on the floor. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. Back through center for the forearm plank. We're just dipping hips from left to right. Here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower the knees, lower all the way onto your belly. Here's our Sphinx pose. So those elbows feel like they're under your shoulders. You're going to curl your heart up the wall. Try to lift your belly away from the floor. Press into the tops of the feet. Maybe even lift the knees. Let the neck be free. And let's just drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Right ear to the right shoulder. Good. Back to center, lower down. Press back to child's pose. Take a little rounding of the back here. All right, look forward, plant your hands, tuck your toes, come into plank, and we're going to shift the weight back and forward. Back towards your heels, forward over your wrists. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way back over the heels. Here's your little pulses. Get your shins nice and low. Feel your quads supporting you here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to straighten into the legs, pedal the feet. Downward facing dog. So I'm going to push my hands forward energetically, turning my biceps towards my thumbs. And then I'm going to let my head come back, my chest come back towards my thighs. Take one more back and forth with the feet here. All right, right leg goes up and back. Inhale, reach the right toes all the way back. Take one more breath. Exhale, bring it forward, tap that right elbow, and then send it all the way up and back. Take it forward, tap the left elbow, up and back. 3 more like that. Right elbow, left elbow. Here's 2. Right elbow, left elbow. 1 more round. Right elbow, left elbow, all the way up and back, and then step it in between the hands. Lower that left knee, wiggle that right foot out, and just turn the right toes to about a 45 or a little bit less out of the knee. So right toes and knees kind of angle out slightly. Left hand's a little bit wide so that I can bring my right hand on my knee and turn towards this right thigh. So I want to be kind of leaning back a little bit. Again, if you can bend the knee, you can always grab for the foot. That option is always there. But just take a couple breaths here. Let your quads release, let your hip flexors relax. One more big breath here. Go ahead and release the back foot. Wiggle your right foot back into center. Just start to straighten into the legs, point the toe. Try to maybe even pull the toes back on this next inhale. Now keep the heel on the floor. Start to lengthen your spine. Can you plant that left hand under your shoulder? And then start to turn towards that right leg, maybe even extending that right arm up. Keep dropping your right sit bone towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe on this next inhale, you reach the right arm over your ear as you drop your right hip towards the floor. Good, come on back down. Now slide that right foot right under your knee so that you can come up. And we're gonna bend to the right this time. So left arm is gonna come to the ear. And we're side bending over to the right. Try to zip that front belly up. Try to stay upright over your hips. Take another big breath into the left lung. Good, come back up. All right, we're gonna tuck the toes underneath on that left leg. Hands can come to your heart, a little prayer. And we're just gonna come right up into this little lunge position. Now, if you lean back enough, you'll feel like you're in kind of 2 90-degree bends, right? The knees. Good, just kind of holding here. You can take your hands to your ears if that feels good. We're just doing a little up and down, little up and down. Really pull that pubic bone up and those front hips in. I want you to feel that left thigh. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up and back down like you're gonna tap the floor. All the way up and down. You don't have to actually tap the floor, but I just want to get that feeling of going low. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to slowly step all your weight to the right foot. Pick the left knee up into the chest. Now from here, get really tall. Top of the head, reaching up, belly in. We're going to just kick this left leg forward. So you can keep your thigh up. Kick it out, bend it in. Kick it out, bend it in. Here's 8. Try not to drop that leg. 7, 6. You can even reach the arms up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow hinge forward into this warrior 3. Hands can be at the heart, they can be over the ears. Good, now slowly softening the right knee, hands come all the way to the floor. That left leg's gonna stay up. So you can bend your right knee as much as you need to get your hands down on the ground. And now that left leg's gonna just tap the floor, pick it up. Tap and lift. Good, here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold that left leg up. Bend your right knee to get your belly on your thigh. Bring your left knee in, straight back. In, straight back. Get low in that right leg. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step that left foot right down next to the right. Sit up in your chair. Inhale. Exhale all the way to straight. Lift the arms up to the ceiling. Inhale, pull the elbows down. Keep the chest lifted like you're going to squeeze your elbows behind you. One more big inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, dive forward. Nice flat back, soft knees. All the way down. Inhale, reach the top of your head forward. Get that nice long spine. Exhale, place your hands down. Step yourself all the way back, plank. Look forward. Lower to your knees, chaturanga push-ups. Elbows bend in. Press up. Here's 10. You can bend those knees and keep the heels close to your bottom. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep those shoulders up. 4, 3, and out of your ears. 2, 1. Come halfway down and just hold. Just hold it here for 3, 2, 1. All the way down to your belly. Tops the feet on the floor. Reach the hands back. Curl the heart up the wall. Keep lifting those pinkies. Nice long neck here. Inhale, take the arms forward. Maybe lift the legs. One more breath holding. Good, hands under the elbows, press back. Child's pose. All right, downward facing dog. Pick up the hips, pedal the feet. Let's do the other side. Inhale, left leg goes up and back. Reach that left leg to the back of the room. Then pull that left knee forward. Tap that left elbow. Send up and back. Right elbow, up and back. 3 more. Here's 3, 3, 2, 1 more round. 1, 1, and then we're going to step in between the hands. Lower the right knee, and just turn your left toes out at an angle. So just slightly out towards the corner. And if your right hand goes out a little bit wide, so you can kind of lean back and rotate towards that left knee. So again, you can just stay right here. If this feels good, you feel that quad stretch and that hip flexor opening, and maybe even a little bit on the outer glute, great. You want to bend the right knee, grab for the foot. Go for it. Let it be a little shoulder opener and a quad opener. And just give me maybe just 2 more breaths here. Good. Slowly release the back foot if you've got it. We're gonna wiggle that left foot back to center and start to straighten into the left leg. You can point the toes at first, then maybe pull back on the toes and flex the foot. And just think of that left hip constantly being like an anchor, so that sit bone's going down towards the floor. Good, and then start to lengthen your spine towards the toes. Keep the right hand under the shoulder and start to sweep that left arm up to the ceiling here. And again, try to get out of this rounded stuff. So if you need to get on a block with your hands or up on the fingertips, go for the flat back, left hips lowering towards the floor. And if it feels good, you can start to inhale and take that left arm over your ear. Don't lose your length. Good, bring it back down. Slide that left foot in so that it's underneath your knee. Come up in a kind of this marriage proposal position. And that left arm can rest on the left hip or thigh, and the right arm's gonna come up and over the ear. Take 2 or 3 big breaths here into that right rib cage. So still trying to work with this upright pelvis. Keep thinking of the 2 front hip bones hugging in. Last big inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring it up. Hands at your heart. Tuck your toes underneath you so you can push up right into this little lunge, real short lunge position. Just little pulses, starting here. I want you to feel that right leg. Good. Help get that pelvis up with your low belly. Okay, keep pulling your belly button back through your spine. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going all the way up and as low as you can manage. All the way up and low. Up and down. Here's 8. Squeeze a little bit of that right glute. 7. 6, if you want, arms can go up. 5, 4, 3, get taller. 2, 1. Start to shift your weight into that left foot. We're gonna come all the way up with that right leg. So right knee's up into the chest. Keep that thigh lifting. And here we go with those right foot kicks. Out front, kick. Now again, you have hands at your heart, arms can be up. Here we go for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep that right leg back. Warrior 3, reach the arms forward. Now slowly bending that left leg, you're gonna bring your hands onto the floor and keep your knees bent as you need to. Hips are square to the ground. Right toes are gonna point, tap the floor, lift back up. Tap, lift. Lift from that glute. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5. Feel the inner thigh lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lower yourself down even more till your belly hits that left thigh. Bend the right knee in, shoot it straight back. Right knee bends in, press and squeeze back. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow step that right foot next to the left. Sit your butt back into the chair. Come on up with the arms. Take another breath here. Now bring your hands to your heart. We're going to come up onto the toes. See if you can lift your heels here. Taking just 2 more breaths. Try to balance. Maybe get a little lower. Maybe a little lower. Good, lower the heels, slowly all the way to your bottom. Grab to the back of your thighs, kick your legs up into your boat. Arms can let go of the legs and you can reach them forward if that feels good. Now you can keep your legs up, or if you need to put them down on the ground you can, but otherwise we're just gonna rotate the chest from side to side. Keep the thumbs at the heart. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Roll over those ankles, step yourself back into plank. Walk your hands wide for your push-ups. Lower your knees. Here we go, nice and slow. Take those heels in if you like. Try to bend those elbows out wide. And again, move the hands out so you feel like you've got a pretty good amount of space between those thumbs. Let's go, last 5. Try not to kink up in your neck. 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're gonna need your ball for this. So before you come all the way to your belly, if you wanna grab for your ball, bring it with you, and then we're gonna come all the way down onto the chest. That left hand, if you don't have a ball, don't sweat it. You can always just push into the block or the floor. But otherwise, we're gonna push down into that left hand and kind of feel the chest curl up. And now the right arm and the left leg are gonna do our lifting. As they lift, I want you to push down into that left hand. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Just bend that left heel in and press it out. Just holding the right arm, pressing into the left palm, curling the left heel in and out. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the curl in, flex the foot, little lifts of the arm and the leg. Just that right arm and leg, little lift up. Here's 8, 7, press down in the left hand. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, switch sides. So right hand's pressing into the ball, left hand's gonna be down, and we're gonna take right leg, left arm, lift and lower, lift and lower. So just check that your right arm isn't kinking up into your ear or you're not feeling this in your neck. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Just bend the right knee in and out. In and out. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little lifts. Keep the heel in. Press it to the ceiling. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Go ahead and take that ball. See if you can wedge it in between your thighs and then squeeze your legs together here. Your feet are gonna hover and relax your head and chest. Just squeeze the ball with the legs. Squeeze in, squeeze in. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. One more time, lifting the knees. Little lift, squeeze the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Go ahead and just press yourself back. You can take that ball out from between the legs. Come in a child's pose. Maybe just rock a little bit back and forth on those heels. All right, tuck those toes, press your hips up and back, down facing dog. We've got one more little flow here. Right leg's gonna inhale up and back. Open the hip this time to the side of the room, bend the heel in towards your bottom. Take a nice big breath. Look forward, square off your hips, start to shift your weight forward. Take that right knee to the outside of your right elbow, get high. And then step it between the hands. Grab your hand weights if you've got them close by. And then we're gonna come all the way up and we're just gonna turn the heels in, toes out. And you're coming down into this kind of wide plie. Good. Okay, so I'm kind of in this skater action back and forth. So let's just start there actually. Hold onto your weights. And can you kind of adjust your feet so that you feel like when you slide to one side or the other, your knees aren't really going past your toes, but your knee is angling towards that second toe. So just check that your feet are turned out appropriately to the distance of your knees, okay? So as we go to the right, we're gonna take both arms out, then we're gonna windmill the arms up, and over to the left. And then we're just gonna bring them back through center or the right. Good. Windmill them up and over to the left and back through center. So I'm not really coming up with my body. I'm staying in one elevation, and I'm just moving my arms and my legs from side to side. Good. Let's go for 6. 5. 4. Good. 3. 2. 1. Stay over this right leg, little pulses. So my arms are a little bit more inside the right leg. Just pulsing. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and come back to center. Walk your feet in a little more for your plie. And then we're going to put both hand weights into the right hand. Left hand goes to your hip. You're going to do your bicep curl with just this right arm. Stay low. We're doing little pulses of the hips. So now we're in that plie. Toes are turned out. Could be a little shorter if you need to. Here we go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that bicep curl. Punch that arm up. Pull it in. Punch it up and down. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that right elbow. Open your palm. Lift your right heel. Little pulses of the arm and the leg. Elbows wide. Last set. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heel. Drop those hand weights. Maybe leave them on the side of your mat since we come back up to you some side. Step yourself back to your plank. Look forward. All the way down. Chaturanga. Inhale. Lift yourself up into this X shape. Good. Hands back down. Child's pose. All right, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog, head over feet. Left leg inhales up and back, open the hips, squeeze the heel in towards your bottom. Square off the pelvis, bring the left knee to the outside of that left tricep, last little squeeze. Step in between your hands, and we're gonna come up into that warrior 2, but then we're gonna open out a little wider into a plie. Grab your hand weights. So remember, this is the one where we're gonna have our toes turned out like a plie, but you might have to adjust a little bit. Maybe make them a little wider, maybe the turns a little narrower. But just first start getting that side to side so you feel that kind of gliding back and forth. Okay, next time you're gonna settle in on the left side, you're gonna punch your arms over to the left. We're gonna take them up, over to the right, move it back over to the left. Windmill up and over to the right, back through center to the left. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little pulses here on that left leg. Little pulses of the arms and the leg. My arms are inside that left knee. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn your heels in a little bit for that plie. Left hand gets both weights. Here's this little pulse, or a little bicep curl, and pulse of the hips. So right hand can be on your hips. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5. You guys are done after these. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low. Push that arm up and down. Punch it up and down. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that elbow to the 90-degree bend. Pick up the left heel. Turn the palm to face forward. Little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels, straighten the legs, turn all 10 toes in. Slow lower those weights to the floor. Maybe you walk your feet out a little more, and we're just gonna fold over the legs for a stretch here. Let your sit bones go up and back. Take a little bit of the weight forward so that it's even between the toes and the heel. One more big breath here. You can use your hands a little bit to help you get longer and closer to the floor. Good, and then turn yourself all the way back over that left leg, step yourself back, and we'll come all the way onto your belly for your shoulder chest stretch. Take the right arm out, roll over onto your right side, press into the palm, stretch the front of the shoulder. Come through center, let's do the left side, press into the palm, roll onto that left hand and left forearm. Good, come back through center. And we'll push back through child's pose. Walk your hands over to the right. Sit back over to the left. Take your hands over to the left. Sit your body over to the right. Come back through center. Walk yourself all the way up, and we're just gonna stretch the bottoms of your feet. So just tuck your toes underneath you. See if you can squeeze your heels together. See if you get your pinkies down on the floor. And then you're just gonna sit back on your heels. See if you can just take maybe 2 breaths here. Last big inhale, exhale. Good, come forward. You can tap the tops of your feet on the floor if it feels good. You guys are all done. Good work.